Hi guys, what's up everybody? So guys, on today's video we're going to talk about health. And guys, I'm sorry about my background. Tuko kwa barabara, magari zinapita, pikipiki, so I'm sorry for that, my apologies. So guys, straight to the topic, we're going to talk about health. As you can see, we have some products with us here. And so pia mimi I know much about health, but I have someone nimemtafuta. That's why you see I'm in a shop. So atatuguide about health, on how we should take care of our bodies. So guys, let me welcome my visitor so that he can take us through this. So guys, as you can see, my visitor is there. So let him introduce himself. So you my guy, introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, welcome to Top Organic Products. My name is Titus J here in Njoroge, and this is a simple herbal clinic shop where we deal with many diseases all types of diseases you can think of. There is cancers, ulcers, heartburns, arthritis, all types of arthritis, acidity, heartburn, acidity, gastrointestinal problems, anything you can think of. Yet, just to be general, nature does not know any incurable diseases. And these are just simple remedies, simple herbal remedies. And the reason why the shop is called Top Health Organic Products is because herbs are organics. They are natural occurring things that occur in nature. They are just herbs, and when they occur in nature, they are called. When they occur naturally in nature, they are called organics. This is different from conventional way of treatment, conventional drugs, whereby they are named as inorganics. So why we decided to name this shop organic? It is because we as human beings, our bodies are organics, and so it will work well hand in hand with other organics just to cure all diseases.
So Titus, as you have said, your name is Titus, so let's call you Dr. Titus. So for Dr. Titus, let me ask you, so I think today unaweza tuelezea story ya acidity. Nimesikia ukimention acidity. So how does mtu huwa anapata aje acid, and utaitreat aje? Unapatanga most of the time mtu anasema niko na acid, nimekunywa dawa sijapona and all that, ama imenyamaza for a while then inaendelea. So how do we deal with acid, and take us through acidity?
So first of all, two things I've come to learn, and I think everyone should have learned this, or should be learning this now. Two important things. It is that you are what you eat. You are what you eat. And secondly, in nature there is a law that exists, which is called law of cause and effect, meaning that every effect has a cause, and every cause produces an effect. So if you want to eradicate any effect you have, you must first remove the cause. So those are two things that I've learned in my 3-year working experience in this place. I've learned through those two things, and they are key points, and they are the basis of treating all diseases. You are what you eat, therefore you must check what you eat, and law of cause and effect. So when it comes to acid, like I said, everything has a cause. Acidity is a disease, and it is a cause, it is an effect, so it must have a cause. And I know 3 major causes of acidity, namely food. We have H. pylori bacteria, which is a bacteria that is found in the stomach area. Then thirdly, we have stress, and like I said, if you want to eradicate the effect, which is the disease, you must deal firstly with your cause. So if the cause of your disease is stress, that stress must be removed. And many people usually ask me, how do you deal with stress? It is a normal life thing. Well, it is not, and stress, we are not supposed to be stressful because we have a God whom we can leave our problems with. So if stress is the cause of your acidity, it must be put aside. Then we have H. pylori is a bacteria that is found in the stomach. It simply inserts itself in the stomach wall, and what happens is it feeds on what you eat. Then as a result, the poop, maybe I can say that the result, what it produces is acidity. And what H. pylori does, it destroys your mucosal wall or your mucosal lining through in your stomach or through your intestinal line. That is H. pylori. Then we have that cause is what you eat. For example, you have all refined, and I mean it, all refined flour. Maybe I can say generally all refined things, but just to be specific, all refined flour. Those are things that can cause acidity. They cause inflammation in the stomach, which in turn causes an eruption, which is called an ulcer, which is a stomach ulcer. So all refined flour are causes of acidity. All soft drinks. All soft drinks are causes of acidity because what they contain is carbon dioxide gas, which may produce gas effects in your stomach. Then we have tea, coffee, cocoa, chocolate. All these things are causes of acidity. And to some extent, animal products are causes of acidity. Now, dealing with the gastrointestinal problems, we have, I'll just name 3 types of natural, simple remedies that we have. We have cayenne, commonly known as bullet, cayenne pepper. That is one medicine. I know people with acid are not supposed to take.
So let me cut you short a bit. Since you are talking of cayenne, you know some people don't know of these products. So since you're in the shop, can you show us some of the products, at least mtu ako karibu na place anaweza buy? So can you tell your assistant to help you with this? Yes.
I think it's even close to me. I can just pick it.
Okay.
So I'm just name 3 simple remedies that I have for treatment of acidity or gastrointestinal problems or heartburn, gas problems. I have first, this is the cayenne I was talking about. Cayenne pepper. Here in our country it's known as bullet. Or in our native language it's known as kanogo. I don't know why people call it that way, but that is how it's called in our native language, and or bullet. And this is cayenne. It is hot, just like any other pepper. And I know people are told not to take peppers when they are having acidity. That is very true, but not for this one. The moment cayenne gets into your stomach, it becomes anti-acid. That is what it does, and I'm telling you this through experience. It becomes anti-acid. It deals with acidity, gas, stomach, duodenopeptic ulcers, all those types of ulcers. That is cayenne pepper. Then we have black salt. Black salt is another simple remedy that is organic, simple remedy that deals also with acidity and organic acidity problems, gastrointestinal problems, all those kind of problems. Then thirdly, I have avocado seed powder. Avocado seed grinded powder. Those are 3 remedies of acidity that I have. So in conclusion, what I can say is, those are remedies, but let me assure you one thing. Even if you use any remedy you can find, be it convection oil or simple natural herb, it will not work if you maintain the cause of your disease. And we named them. So if you eradicate the cause of your disease, then you use simple God's simple remedies, then your acidic problem will just go away. And I've seen it, I myself have used it.
So let me ask you a question, Titus, on behalf of my people. So what you have said something about diet. So what are we supposed to take? What are we not supposed to take? So I think you should explain that so that when we tell people you are supposed to change your diet so that you can take this and this, if or like
Alternatives.
explain, yeah.
Yeah, one thing that I've forgotten to mention that is very vital is that people might go to the supermarkets and try and buy cayenne there. I've seen someone do that, and I don't think it's advisable because you might find cayenne mixed with other peppers, which is chili. So at the end of the day, it will not be what it's supposed to be. So she asked a question about diet alternatives. For example, when you don't take refined flour, we have flours that are not refined. Here in our country, we call them number two, unga number two. That is the flour that you should take. When you go to the garden and you find the maize, the corn, when you find the corn, that is when you take it to the maize mill, that is how you're supposed to grind it. Don't remove anything. If you remove anything or add anything to it that's not supposed to be there, then what you're doing is you're refining it. And do your research, you'll see what has caused many diseases in our time is the information process that have happened to everything, literally. The world refines everything. So when you go to the garden and you take the corn that you find, don't remove anything or add anything. Just grind it the way it is. And that is unga number two. That is flour number two, which is not refined. And that will not give you any problem, even arthritis, you will not get it. Then we said coffee, cocoa, chocolate, tea. Those are not teas to take. They're not tea to take, and that is something that exists. I will talk about it in a minute. So alternatives for those, we have teas like hibiscus. Hibiscus is a very good tea. We have hibiscus. We have lemon grass is a very good tea. We have lemon thyme. We have common thyme, orange thyme, lemon verbena. All these are teas that you can take as in replacement with, to replace the tea or the coffee that is normally taken.
Okay, so while drinking these teas that you're telling us, like you have said what and what?
Hibiscus, we have
Hibiscus.
hibiscus
Okay, for example, with hibiscus or
or,
the rest,
or lemon
what do you
grass.
add? Do you put sugar or you just the instructions?
Yeah, that is another thing that you should check. When you take, if you choose to take hibiscus, you're taking it because it is healthy, and tea is not healthy. So you cannot take hibiscus tea to prevent diseases or to maintain your health, and you take it with another refined or another poisonous substance. For example, you cannot take tea with a refined common sugar that we know. That will not make sense, because if you escape high blood pressure by taking hibiscus, because it deals with the pressure, if you escape high blood pressure, then you'll find the same pressure in when you take refined sugar. So I guess the best thing to do is, if you decide to change your tea, go all the way natural. Let your tea be natural. Let your sugar be natural. For example, we have jaggery or sukari nguru. So commonly called in our country sukari nguru or jaggery. That is one type of sugar that is very good, and it is also medicine. Or we have sugar like honey. Honey is a very good sugar. It is a replacement of refined sugar. Then we have also stevia. Stevia is another type of sugar that should be used. And by the way, stevia is a zero calorie sugar. It is good for people with diabetes. So that is the point. Anything you take from the table, be it food or drink, should be medicine. You let your tea be medicine, let your sugar be medicine, let your salt be medicine, because we usually use refined salt. Let your salt be medicine, let your ugali, let your flour be medicine. Anything, literally anything you take from your table should be medicine. It should be treating you in one point, but don't be taking poisonous substance. I said that I'll prove tea or coffee is not a good substance to take. For example, if you go in a garden where they usually grow tea or coffee, you'll find that those gardens do not have, they're not fenced. Have you ever asked yourself why? Why gardens with tea or coffee are not fenced? One reason, or the main reason, is no animal can touch that thing. So they don't have a problem not fencing it. Why? Because they don't have to worry about any animal destroying or eating that herb. You see? But if you take a cow and put it in a garden where they grow maize, you'll be surprised because it can clear the entire place. But if you take the same cow, put it in the middle of a garden of tea or coffee, you might find it dead there with hunger. And that is the point. Anything that cannot be taken by a cow or a goat should not be safe for you. That is the basic point.
Okay, so and about the meals we take, maybe some of us take, like example for me, sometimes I take ugali with meat, I take ugali with cabbages, greens. Is it okay or is it still a wrong diet?
I don't know whether I can say it's okay halfway or it's not even okay at all, because for example, if you take your ugali, which is number 2, flour which is not refined, and you take it with greens, which are a healthful diet, but inside there is an animal product, and if you note that animal products nowadays are not safe, the animal products themselves causes a lot of diseases. For example, high blood pressure. By the clogging of your veins, it can cause high blood pressure, stroke, heart attack. That is fat from animals. Fat from animals is usually stored. It can be stored as cholesterol in your veins. You can increase your cholesterol level. It can be stored as stomach belly fat. Many people are trying to eradicate belly fat while eating fat. Like I said, remove the cause to eradicate the problem. If you want to remove belly fat, don't take fat. So, like I say, if you take ugali, greens, and meat, at the end of the day, you're still taking poisonous substance in your diet. So, people will sit down and do research on the right things to eat, because the world has been living.
So what can we eat?
So, we can good things to eat. We have things from the garden like sweet potato, arrowroots. We have githeri. That is a mixture of beans and corn. We have ugali. That is maize flour. We have chapati. That is wheat flour. We have let me say this basically, if we if we take food from the garden minus tea, coffee, tobacco, herbs that are poisonous, that are grown from the garden. If we take our food from the garden, minus those herbs that are mentioned, minus refined garden foods, we take them whole, then we'll be fine. Because just do your research, you'll notice all diseases, 99.9% of diseases that people are having, cancer is like cough nowadays. It is with everyone. Do your research. 99.9% of diseases that people are having comes from what they eat. People are dying. Kitchen is killing people, and they don't know it. So and genetic diseases, the so-called genetic diseases, some of them are also what you eat. Because if you notice, if a woman begats a little girl, this daughter that she has, her daughter will grow knowing how to cook and what to cook from her. She will learn everything from her. Then from there, the next generation will learn how to cook and what to cook from them. So it will go on like that until the end of their generations, and you'll find, because they have been, as I was saying, because they have been eating specific diet and cooking it in a certain manner, and if this diet and the cooking way brings certain diseases, that disease will never leave their family tree. And in conclusion, people will say, this disease is on our family and it is genetic. But some of the genetics diseases that we say, those genetic diseases also, they are what you eat. Yeah.
Wow, so guys, I hope you have learned something from today's health. So if you have a question, kindly leave a comment down below. I'll be having Titus this week, so he will be teaching us a lot of things. So if you have any problem you want to ask, you can comment down below and ask your questions. He will be answering them until the week ends. So guys, if you haven't subscribed, kindly hit that subscription button, like, share, and as I've said, you can comment down below and ask anything concerning health, and Titus will help you. And lastly, I still apologize for the noise. Our background has some noise because tuko kwa barabara na kuna gari zinapita and all that. So guys, next time we'll find a nice place to do this, but today we had to do here because at least ndio waoneshe several products, like vile amewaonesha hizo cayenne and all that. So guys, on today's video, this is part 1 of this, so let's say goodbye until the next video.